here I am at the US Open with Steve Flink, our special, unusual, traditional guest. Steve, welcome. Steve, what do you think of this tournament, this US Open until now?
Well, I think it's been we've seen largely form holding up so far. You and I were talking about this the other day, Ubaldo. When you have the 32 seeds, it tends to work that way. You're not going to get as many surprises in the early rounds, but I think we've had some very good tennis. We had Sanga going out early. That was probably the most surprising thing to me that's happened among the men. I didn't expect Roddick to get this far, I'll say that. But I think the real...
Well, he didn't have to beat any...
No, he didn't.
Great player. I mean,
true.
But he could have gone out because the concentration, the focus on after he announced his retirement, that could have been a problem to solve, a new problem.
Right. But I think we've seen Federer in very good form, Djokovic in good form. I am a little worried about Murray's form. I picked Murray to win the tournament. I didn't like the way he played against Lopez at all. Yeah. Lopez played his usual crafty kind of match. He mixes things up a lot, he attacks, he slices the backhand, he comes over, he does so many different things. But I thought that Murray, for a while, there were times he didn't look very interested in that match. I was surprised by his attitude at times. He'd go from being either very nervous or seemingly careless. He got through it, played well in the tie breaks, but he needs to play much better than that against Milos Raonic in the next round.
Sure. And what do you think about Del Potro and Roddick? I mean, the next big match for the Americans.
Well, it's a fun match, as you know, because we have the 2003 champion against the 2009 champion, and they were having great matches 3 years ago when Roddick got to the final of Wimbledon. They played a couple of matches over the summer on the hard courts. Del Potro won a couple of very close matches from Roddick. But right now, on current form, I think Del Potro in straight sets, maybe 4.
Listen, Steve, you wrote a great book, The Greatest Matches of All Time,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
And how an Italian can buy your book?
Well, I think
Should we go to Amazon or?
Yes, Amazon.com would be the easiest way for an Italian to buy them.
Yes. And in America?
You can go to newchapterpress.com or also Amazon.com, and either way you can find it.
You wrote many wonderful things. I went through the book, I saw all the matches, many I've seen them.
Yes.
One only thing that I don't completely agree, and I want to mention that.
Sure.
Sure. When you were talking about mental toughness,
yes.
You didn't put Borg there, and I think Borg, my God, is one of. Don't you think he was mentally so strong?
Here's what I think.
More than Nadal, in my opinion.
Oh, that's amazing. That's interesting. No, I thought that Borg. There were times when I thought he could surrender a little bit too. Sometimes he'd get down on himself, and Nadal really stood out to me in that category, and then Jimmy Connors. But that's what makes these things so interesting. It's a perfectly reasonable argument on your part, but I didn't feel I should put him in that category. That was just my point of view.
Of course, many things are very subjective.
Yes, exactly.
And it's interesting, and everyone can debate.
Right, that's the fun of it.
Reading your book, I think it's fun because we can do it.
Right, absolutely.
Well, thanks a lot, Steve, and see you next time.
Yes, thank you for having me, Ubaldo.
Thank you.